Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The group stages for the Club World Cup are over. We are into the knockout phases today. We'll be giving our prediction of the knockout phases. We'll also be talking about Ghana Black Stars man, 20-year-old Christopher Baah Bonsu, who is on his way to our QADSIAH. We've heard from him today. We'll listen to what he had to say. And congratulations to GIDEON MENSAH. He's married now and he's off the market. We'll look at all those stories today. I'm here doing it with Lukman. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. So before we get into the predictions for the round of 16, let's look at our QADSIAH man, Christopher Baah Bonsu. First of all, let's have a listen to what he had to say to Joy Sports today when he spoke to them about his transfer to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think I can say I've heard a lot of talks going on between my current club and the Saudi club, and yeah, they showed me the project they have for me, and I'm happy with it. But for now, I'm going back and I'll meet with my team and we'll see what we do. But for now, I think there are still talks going on. Yeah, I think it's just not about Saudi. I think there are a lot of big players over there. I think we have Cristiano Ronaldo and the rest over there. It's a competitive league. It's not like just Saudi, as people know, but I think for that they have a lot of players where you can develop, I think, and the team is also a good team, and I think they have a lot of quality players there. But for me, let's say me moving to Saudi, it's not about the money or it's not about anything. It's just about me, I think, progressing in my football and yeah.
Talk about the environment. If you are indeed to move to Saudi, you have the luxury of playing with Jerry Ifri. Are you looking forward to play with him?
Yeah, I think if everything goes well, I think I'll be happy to play with him because he's my friend and I know we know each other. So play along him will be very nice, and I'll be very happy to.
You could move to Saudi from what we are hearing, but is there also the edge to come back to Europe if everything happens? Is there the edge for you to come back to Europe in some years' time?
Yeah, of course. I think I'm still young. If I'm doing well over there, I think I'm giving everything to the club or everything out, and they are interested in Europe. I think we'll see what we do.
So you heard him there quite clearly. He said he's looked at the project and he's quite happy. What do you think?
Well, I mean, if you listen to him very, very well, you'd realize that he wants that move. He seems very happy that it is happening. It doesn't look like it is a move that he has objected to.
He's quite okay with it.
Yeah, he is quite okay with it. If you look at the way things are going, it looks like communication between KRC Genk and then Al QADSIAH is at advanced stages.
Way advanced.
Yeah, it is left for him to, finalize the move. He just returned to Belgium, and so definitely in the next few days we would see him sign for the club. But then, I mean, at age 20, moving to Saudi Arabia, I don't know what kind of project it is, but then I don't think it is a project that puts a young player on that pedestal for him to move to the next stage. I mean, yes, we know the Saudi Pro League is gradually gaining grounds in terms of competition, like we've seen in the Club World Cup, where Al Hilal have fairly represented them well. But then for a player who is just 20 years old, growing through the ranks in Europe, I mean, I recall some 2 years ago, he was named in the best 100 young players in the world. He made it back to back. He was then 17 years old, playing for Sarpsborg in Norway. He moved away from Norway. He moved to Belgium, where he signed for KRC Genk. Had a very good season.
Looked promising. The trajectory looked upward.
Exactly. It was a steady climb. And even in the transfer market, there were reports linking him to clubs in England at a certain point in time. And so you would be looking at him as a prospect for Ghanaian football, who, I mean, in the next few years, we could see him play for some of the bigger clubs in Europe. But then he's decided. It looks like he's decided. I mean, he says it's all about the project. It's not about the money. We would agree.
Have to take his word
we would have to take his word for that. But then, I mean, from the little communications I've had from people close to him, I mean, he's going to be taking around twice what he's taking at KRC Gang. So, I mean, that is also good incentive
It's
to
good
make
motivation,
that, to make that
that
move.
decision,
Yeah.
and not to say that when the money comes, don't go for it. We like to think of how you progress or develop in your career. If Alcatia have a good project at hand, and he has seen it and he's happy with it, hey, who are we to object to it? We are just giving our opinions on it.
Yeah, I mean, we could cite example of players that have made such moves at a younger age. A lot of them it didn't really work. Some of them it worked.
Yeah.
For example, Asamoah Gyan, when he moved to Al Ain in the United Arab Emirates at just 23, there were a lot of complaints. People were saying that he was going for money, but at the end of the day, it turned out good for our
him,
national
yeah.
team and then himself as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wish them all the very best. We wish Christopher Baah Bonsu all the best in his new adventure in Saudi Arabia. And happy news for Gideon Mensah. He's married.
Yeah.
What do you- what-
When are you marrying?
Hey, focus here, focus. It's about Gideon Mensah.
Well, I mean,
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to Gideon Mensah. I'm really excited for him. I mean, as a footballer, it gets to a point where you have to make some of
As
these
a man.
huge decisions. Yeah, and as a man as well. I mean, and for him, I mean, at age 26, getting a wife, it's all good.
It's all good, yeah.
He's had a very decent run, and last season was one of his best campaigns. And so to crown it up with marrying his longtime girlfriend, I mean, that is absolutely amazing. It happened in Accra, and I'm happy for him. I think it will be good for him also. I mean, growing up, he's developing, he's becoming he's a man.
He's
so,
a man.
Yeah,
He's a
he
man.
has to make that next move. And that is it for him.
We can only wish him all the very best. The pictures, the videos, all beautiful and nice, looking fresh with his friends and his now wife, who reportedly is his longtime girlfriend. So we can only wish them the very best. To move on to our main thing today, that is the Club World Cup round of 16 fixtures, and it's going to be interesting looking at how the round of 16 will unfold. The brackets, as you can see on your screen, with all the fixtures here. We'll start off from the other side of the brackets, which will kick off, I think, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow, the
Yes, that's
first game. Palmares, Botafogo, and Benfica, Chelsea. Let's run through the first one first. Palmares, Botafogo, where do you see it going?
Well, I mean, it is a Brazilian derby,
Yeah.
a very big one.
Yeah.
You look at the two teams; they've done very, very well. Botafogo finished their group top of their. They finished top of their group, and then you also look at Palmeiras, who had 5 points and still managed to progress out of their group. And so it will be a KG encounter. But then I see Botafogo being
Triumphant.
Yeah. They came out of a much competitive group and ended up finishing top of their group, and so I expect a lot from them, and they are currently the reigning Copa Libertadores champions, and so it makes them very good
Favorites.
for this particular one.
Chelsea, Benfica.
Whoa, that is an interesting one. I mean, Benfica have been looking good at this
Yeah.
particular tournament, and one player who's been very, very good or who's
Impressive.
been impressive for them has been Angel Di Maria. He's seen it all. Won so many titles across Europe. This is his final dance with
last dance.
the last dance with Benfica, and so he would want to give it all. And matches between Benfica and Chelsea have also produced some entertaining encounters in the
yeah.
past. And so for me, I'm looking at it at a point. I think Benfica has a slight edge
Okay.
from the performances that they've shown at this competition, but then you cannot also rule out Chelsea. But if I'm supposed to choose between the two of them, I'd go for Benfica.
Interesting. The next game we'll look at is PSG versus Inter Miami. Quite
Yeah.
an interesting game.
For me, that is the match of the round, because of Lionel Messi, obviously, and then because of the fact that
He's facing
Paris
his old
Saint-Germain,
side.
are his former club, and they are the European champions, and they have some very, very exciting players as well.
tell you.
Vitinha, João Neves, and then the rest. They've been playing some very good football. Ashraf Hakimi, who for me would end up being the African Player of the Year. They are playing some very good football.
Scintillating.
They would be a very hard side for Inter Miami. It will be very difficult for Inter Miami on the
Now
day.
put
But
your
then-
neck out there.
Yeah, but then if there is Lionel Messi in your team, anything can happen.
happen.
But then I still go for Paris Saint-Germain
Paris
to win this
Saint-Germain.
one.
Flamengo, Bayern Munich.
Whoa, this is a very huge one. This is a very good one. I expected Bayern Munich to top their group, but they ended up finishing that group in second place. And it would be a tough one. I'm still yet to be convinced with their performances. Yes, they won their first game by 10 goals to 0, but then I've watched a couple of their games and I've not really been impressed. They've not been swashbuckling. They've missed a lot of chances, but then they are playing Flamengo, another stubborn Brazilian side, but I still go with Bayern Munich on this one.
Inter Milan versus Fluminense, another Brazilian side with the European side again.
Well, Inter Milan, just like Bayern Munich, have not really been convincing at this tournament. Their last game, they had to wait in the final 15 minutes to be able to win that game.
Yeah.
And so they are really struggling. That game was really tense. They played Boca Juniors, Acuna, and then Dumfries had a go at each other. But then, I mean, that is all in the past. Inter Milan and then Fluminense. Luckily for me, I've watched Fluminense at this competition, and I have also not, amongst all the Brazilian teams, I think they are the team that have not really impressed me the most. I think for the fact that Inter Milan have some very top quality players, Lautaro Martinez, Denzel Dumfries, Federico De Marco, I'd be going for Inter Milan for this one.
Man City, Al Hilal, the only team that won all 3 games, City.
Yeah. They've been blistering at this competition. Yeah. They've been absolutely amazing. They've scored 13 goals in 3 games, conceded only 2. Mm-hmm. That is how good they've been. And the fact that Rodri is also back in the team is an additional advantage for Manchester City. They are playing good football. I mean, we watched that game against Juventus and they dominated Juventus.
More than 5.
Exactly. But then the other side is that with Al Hilal, when you are listening or watching Al Hilal play, you'd think it's on the European side. They've, from the first player to...
Wholesale changes.
Yeah. I mean, Yassine Bonu being in Europe, won the Europa League, played in the very top division of Spain. You talk about players like Alexandra Mitrovic and then the rest. They've got Malcolm. They've got some very, very good players. And so it will be a very big one. But then, I mean, Manchester City are supremely good ahead in terms of this one.
Cannot look past them. And the final round of fixtures, Real Madrid, Juventus.
From what I saw against Manchester City, I think Juventus will struggle against Real Madrid.
So Real Madrid
Real Madrid should be going through.
BVB versus Monterrey.
BVB, they won 2 games in their group, drew 1. They finished top of their group. We saw that game against Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, they have players that can turn around the ties in Serhou Guirassy. I mean, we've seen what Joe Bellingham is also adding to the team. Monterrey, not a lot is known about them, but then one thing they've shown is that they've got that character to fight through, and that is exactly what they did in their group. I saw their last game against Ulsan. They were rampant, scored 3 goals against Ulsan. They will be stubborn, but then it is a game that I see is almost on the same pegging, but then Borussia Dortmund have the slight advantage.
Interesting. And finally, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So far, who do you think will win? You've watched the first round. You've seen round of 16 fixtures. Put your neck out there. Who's winning the Club World Cup?
So I don't have one team to win the Club World Cup. I still think Paris Saint-Germain, the European champions, are favorites. I'm also looking at Manchester City, who won 3 of their games. But then one thing that I've also observed in the last few days is that Real Madrid are gradually picking up at the competition. Exactly. And when they get to that mood, they are very dangerous.
Well, I picked PSG to win it. I predicted PSG will win it. Real Madrid, I think, might not be able to win this one. But hey, the Real Madrid, anything is possible. Then look, man, thank you so much for doing this with me. Congratulations to GIDEON, MENSAH, Christopher Baah Bonsu, to critics saying that he likes the project in Saudi. We'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.